there's a large portion of the country with hearing damage.
Will have to be.
Yeah.
Would have to be. I mean, we had hearing protection, like the proper kind, you know, call it mid-tier hearing protection, and it was still loud.
Some of these cars, it's almost domestic terrorism, like with Imran Khan's Green Laurel.
It has a bazooka as an exhaust.
I don't know what they did with that tune. The explosions on that thing, it wasn't even just the fact that it's loud. We have earplugs in. It's loud, yes, but then it's shaking your entire body to the point where it feels like there's a mini bomb going off.
And the crazy thing, after watching the video back, the videos don't really. The videos just okay, cool. Shots
Yeah,
of
it
happening.
can't.
You can't tell.
But you can't transfer that feeling through a video.
Once again.
Did you press record?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't remember when, but I did.
You gotta start saying something. All right. Welcome back to the RSL Podcast. My name is Liam. This guy is...
Hi, my name is Nicolo.
Yeah, he forgets his name sometimes. It's all right. So,
Greg.
We're back from Trinidad and Tobago. We didn't actually go to Tobago, just Trinidad.
Yeah. And the first time in many, many, many years I've been to Trinidad.
Your first time going as an adult.
Yes.
Who can actually roam free.
Yeah, it's quite a different experience now that I can navigate and actually be self-aware of my surroundings and things like that.
Well, yeah. Trinidad has a lot of cars.
Yeah.
A lot of cars.
Way more than what we're used to in Barbados. I mean, granted, Barbados has a good number of cars, for sure. But if you were thinking, okay, Barbados has one or two builds of this type, Trinidad, out at events, has 5, 10, 15 of that particular type.
Yeah, I mean, to see a built RB or JZ in Barbados is a rare occurrence.
Yeah, and
to see one in Trinidad is just, they're everywhere.
It's like the 4AG equivalent or 2CZ equivalent.
Yeah, like they're in everything. Like all types of cars you would not expect to see engines in.
Mm-hmm.
JZ, BMWs, RB this. Crazy.
And they're probably, they are noisy in all the best ways.
Noisy is an understatement. Loud as F. Loud. Lots of explosions.
Yeah.
Busting shots is quite a culture over there. I feel like there's a large portion of the country with hearing damage.
Will have to be.
Yeah.
Would have to be. I mean, we had hearing protection, like the proper kind, you know, call it mid-tier hearing protection, and it was still loud. I felt like hearing damage. Like when you go on for parties, sometimes you lie down in your bed and you're actually hearing the quiet. You realize how little you can hear, relatively speaking.
Mm-hmm.
That still happened, and we had hearing protection.
Yeah. I mean, some of these cars, it's almost domestic terrorism, like with Imran Khan's Green Laurel.
It has a bazooka as an exhaust.
I don't know what they did with that tune. Like, just dump half a liter of fuel after every rev cut. But,
yeah.
like, the explosions on that thing, it wasn't it wasn't even just the fact that it's loud. We have earplugs in. It's loud, yes, but then it's shaking your entire body to the point where it feels like there's a mini bomb going off.
And the crazy thing, after watching the video back, the videos don't really. The videos just okay, cool.
Yeah, it
can't tell.
But you can't transfer that feeling through a video.
In reality, though, when the back of the car is facing away from you, everything is, you're hearing pat, 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 pat. The moment it turns back around and the exhaust is facing you, you are feeling the shots in your body.
I remember the car was all the way at the other end of the track doing a donut, and it backfired at the point when the exhaust was facing me. And this is like at least a couple 100 meters away.
Yeah.
And I still felt it go through my entire body.
Yeah. It didn't feel like the volume reduced any significant amount.
No, it felt like there was something actually hitting me. Like there's a projectile. Like I feel like I would love to build a car that does that, but I'm gonna put a siren on top. You know, like in rally when they have the car that goes forward with a siren first to tell you, like, yeah, it's about to start. Because you need to like give people some type of warning before you start two-stepping a car like that. Like start, you blare the siren, people know, okay, like either run away or cover your ears because it's about to start. Yeah. And then you put the pedal down. But like they would barely give you any warning. You'd hear like 1-2 quick revs and then boom.
That's your warning. That's how you know you need to get away or cover your ears or something as soon as possible. You start hearing boom, 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 boom.
But that could also be they're just moving the car. Because they're all welded drift cars. So it's like they make the same noise just moving around.
Yeah, true. Because they'll put it in.
So it's quite a hazard being a Trinidad drift event with no air protection. And I have much respect for anybody going out there just standing behind those cars with.
Honestly, I only know of one other person I had air protection on. Well, apart from the officials that had it for communication.
But like
there's only one person.
Everyone was just raw dogging it. I couldn't believe it.
And one other person that we saw doing it has many years of experience doing this thing, so it's understandable that he has it. Mm-hmm. And his hair makes it very inconvenient and things like that.
Even Larry Chen said in one of his Instagram posts, Trinidad is officially the loudest country he's ever been to. That's high praise from a man that's been basically everywhere filming all types of cars.
Wow. It kind of brings the question of how good are RVs that they can do this stuff to RVs?
That's another thing. Like, how are these men abusing their engines like this with... I didn't see a single car break down.
Nah.
And they're just like on limiter, constantly just
fireballs,
flogging the hell out of these engines. Like, what are they doing over there? How did we not see a single car blow up?
And yet this happened like commonplace relatively in Barbados.
Yeah.
I
mean that red Jay-Z Altezza caught fire at Rep Your Ride.
Yeah.
While doing a similar two-step type of thing. Oh no, it's raining.
So far we're good.
Oh. Hopefully it'll be fine.
Yeah, I probably should take a picture of this moment.
Which moment?
In a few moments, all three cars in the same location.
What?
On a few times, all three cars in the same location.
Oh yeah. Right. So, what was your highlight build? Honestly, there was borderline too many cars to pay attention to everything. I realized when we were at Track Fest, for context, we went to Trinidad for Track Fest, if you didn't know. Big 2-day event. There was a K-Series swapped all-wheel drive Mini.
Yeah.
And I didn't even notice it. Yeah. Like, I saw it in the corner, and I was just like, oh yeah, another Mini. And I just kept going. And then only afterwards I saw a video about it, and I was like, wait, that Mini has 1,000 horsepower at NOS? So it's just all types of crazy builds.
And it is pristine. The build is magnificent with the finishing touches. Mm-hmm. Like, the RBs, the drift cars, well built, to handle the stuff, they're kind of giant in some areas. Not that many. The Mini, it looks like a show car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The attention to detail on the builds is quite impressive.
yeah, so that was how much can you tolerate?
I'm waterproof.
Biology begs to differ.
Huh?
Biology begs to differ.
How so?
Your skin is a semi-permeable membrane, therefore water can and should go in and out of your cells.
All right, I should say I'm water resistant.
There you go.
Yeah. A lot of Bajans aren't water resistant because
I
it
didn't
starts
wanna-
raining and they run away.
I didn't even want to answer that question because I was like, I ain't get flamed for this one. But you know what? You asked for it.
Yeah. Continuing. So yeah, your highlight build, or one of them, because there was too many to pick one, really and truly.
Maybe because of the being able to be so up close and personal with it, the Supra.
The blue one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a highlight build for me. Yeah. Because it can relate to it in terms of the journey of the build, where he's got to go through a lot of foolishness and learned things trial and error over and over in his time building the vehicle. So that I can 100% relate to, and thus makes it feel like more of a favorite build for me. Sure, the Nissan R34s, R33s, I mean, the first time I see them in R33 in person, it's cool, you know? Didn't see do anything besides sit there and look pretty, but it did look pretty.
You mean the gray one?
Yes.
Yeah.
The FC RX-7. That was a fun time for me.
The one we drove with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Shout out to Arian for that. That was a vibe.
First time being in a rotary, not first time hearing one, but first time hearing one up close. I guess that drags.
Well, I mean,
on the Saturday.
it's different hearing it inside than just hearing it drive past.
Yeah. Salutations.
Yeah. How are you?
Yes, there's video. Do you want to wave and say hi?
Yeah, RX-7.
It felt amazing. It really pulled.
That was a fun car.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to pull that hard.
It is 300 horsepower. 250 out.
Not stock at all.
Haltech in it. Haltech dash, Haltech ECU. I don't know which Haltech exactly, but you know, one of them. And actually, Ariane reminds me a little bit of Nick. No, that I said that out loud. He gives me Nick vibes.
Yeah, I could see that. And then
Hulse, he man's an evil man, and just say, yeah, rotary today. I really hope that the rotary road goes well for him. I mean,
they love Evos over there too.
I
Not
get
as much
it.
as here though. You see more Evos in Barbados than over there, relative to the size.
I see that. Yeah. Barbados. Even though worldwide, I think there are more Subarus than there are Evos. Yeah, in Barbados, we see more Evos than we do Subarus.
I guess Evo drivers come outside more.
Like at the events, either just because the circles I end up in, they end up being Evo circles and not Subaru circles, but
yeah. I think for me, one of the highlight cars for sure was that 2JZ R32 that was at drag racing.
the green one,
Yeah.
yeah, that did
Yeah.
a 7-second pass.
Yeah, that thing was crazy.
Yeah, a not dragster looking build, doing dragster numbers.
And that there were 2 FC
Yeah.
RX-7s as well. One was rotary and one was also a JZ. Just doing crazy times.
Yeah.
Like,
And then the LS, the single turbo. Yeah, I think it's single turbo LS.
the S chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boost concepts, the full carbon front. Again, just like the drag racing over there, different level. Different level, boy. We got like 2 or 3 cars on that echelon that would run an event in Barbados. They had like 15.
What? Yeah, I don't think there are any Barbados vehicles that can run a 7-second on prep surface.
Well, we wouldn't know
I should
because
say that.
we don't
Russian.
have a full prep
Yeah.
surface.
Yeah, Russian might be able to do it. Russian and then
Dre as well.
Dre, Russian, and Fur.
Yeah.
Those 3 vehicles that came out last year. I don't obviously there are the others in the wild. But those I think on a prep surface could.
Yeah, it's a shame we don't have a full
Nah.
prep track. Because imagine if some of those Trinity cars came over here for drags. Like, the type of competition we would see. I mean, we saw like a small taste of it when we had the drifters come over.
Yeah.
But they have so many cars over there. And this can offend some people, but the track is shit.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. And everybody I ask about it is like, yeah, politics. But like, how you all have so much money? There's got to be like one rich guy in Trinidad that can just figure this out.
What's the point?
Get a nice track.
What was the point?
The point of having a nice track.
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't have to roll your 7-second card through a gravel pit before you. Well, then again, they had an alternate route. They weren't all going through the gravel pit to get to the track, but it's just like the potential of developing cars and racing over there. Like, you're missing out if you don't have a full level track.
For their trash track, to have a full prep drag strip, quarter-mile drag strip.
No, the drags are great. I mean, like, just everything else around the track.
Yeah.
Like, you could have some bathrooms.
They had the best bathrooms. Their bathrooms are better than Bushy Park's
The
bathrooms.
portable bathrooms are really nice. I'll give them that. They're really nice.
That one.
They're doing great. Don't get me wrong. They're doing great with the track. It's just based on the level the cars are at.
Yeah.
It's not adding up.
Because the levels the cars are at, comparing drags here, I mean, street digs. The crowd that street digs and even big drags get compared to what was out there is night and day. Like, drags at Bushy Park brings in so many people. And there we had one side kind of lined off with people, and that was.
But they also don't really have the space for it. Like, think of the spectator section at Bushy Park. And then think of the spectator section at Waterfield. There is no spectator section.
Yeah.
You're just kind of there.
You're just hoping not.
Hopefully you don't have to stand in a pit of mud, but you might have to.
Yeah. Because
I almost lost my shoe at one point.
That's tough.
I stepped in a friggin' quicksand or something. And my shoe nearly came off.
That was tough.
I mean, you can't fix everything overnight.
Yeah.
They gotta do something about that, man.
So, what was it?
The cars deserve better.
How do you feel driving around Waterfield?
Well, it's a fun track.
Yeah.
It's a fun track.
It's a great track to like learn basics, driving basics and really love.
Yeah, I likened it to the miniature version of Suzuka, where you have those S's and then you got a straight, and you can test the fundamentals of driving.
Yeah, because like first corner you can test the fundamentals of trail braking. The S's you can test the fundamentals of what you mentioned, momentum.
Yeah.
And finding the right line, because if you find the right line, you can see the curbs really nicely, and then the last corner is again, momentum. Because you gotta do a bit of trail braking and keep the momentum so you can get a nice lead up onto the pit straight.
Yeah.
Or start finish straight, whatever you want to call it.
I guess for them a track is less of a priority because they actually have really nice roads to stretch legs on a car over there. We were driving a little piece of shit rental. Shout out to the rental guy. Mad love. But the car wasn't great. Got us from point A to point B and then break down. That's all we need. However, on those long, straight, sometimes bouncy roads, I could imagine it would be great to have a car with a little bit of power and
at least
a
a little bit
working
of stability.
suspension. And
a
an
little bit of
alignment.
stability. Yeah, and alignment.
Yeah.
Like, a car that does not have blown out ball joints, etc., you know?
Yeah, like if you have a fast street car, it must be a whole lot of fun to go from point A to point B over there because you just have
And even staying within the speed limit is still fun.
Yeah.
Like,
there's so much road. All types of roads.
Yeah, boy. I mean, pushing it, there's no point in pushing it because you don't gain that much time because of how fast your average speed already is.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a...
Speaking of the roads, we had a pretty cool experience when you first got in the Supra.
Okay.
Not a lot of people can say they were in a tuned Mark IV Supra driving around Larry Chen. That was quite a surreal moment.
That entire night, that was the first night, yeah? That was
the first night.
Yeah, that was Saturday night.
The night after the first event, yeah.
So, cool. Spontaneous link up. Always in my head is the usual thing, spontaneous link up. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so Sanjay was like, yeah, we got a little after party, got a couple cars coming for this meet, y'all should come through. So
got there.
We didn't know what to expect, we pulled up.
Got there, the lighting was incredible. The vehicles that pulled up were beautiful.
Yeah.
Still soaking it in. And Larison showed up, usual. The fawning began. It was still cool. We get to see how he operated outside the camera, in the behind the scenes, to see, what does someone of this status, what's the difference between how they move versus how do you move.
Yeah.
That was good to see. And then Trinidad did what Trinidad do. I said, yeah, we're trying to do some rollers. We're going to Grand Bazaar.
As usual, there's no warning. I was trying to set up my mic and put earplugs in, and all of a sudden there's a car doing donuts. Like a full drift show happening. And like...
I don't know what that's an thing.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So one car drifts, then leaves. And obviously they're not leaving normal. They're leaving with a burnout and some two-step. And another car drifts and leaves. And another car drifts and leaves.
Every time one start, the rest say, oh, say less.
And they were well coordinated. They took their turns. I never saw a moment where it was like somebody's about to lose control.
Yeah.
They always had it
for the ones that did it
fully covered.
They knew, we could do this. For the ones that weren't about our life, they would risk it.
Yeah. And then that poor lady who lived in the house next door just...
I honestly wish we were able to get
screaming.
her screaming on camera or audio properly.
Yeah, I wish I'd filmed that properly.
Cause
I can't imagine what it must be like at, what was it, like 11 p.m. probably? Yeah, 11 p.m. You're just there living your normal Trini life, quiet in your house, and then all of a sudden there's a Russia versus Ukraine sounding type of shit happening next door.
And to the uninitiated, car backfire sounds like gunshots.
Yeah. I mean, it's clear it's a car because you hear the exhaust, but like the backfires are going to travel more than the exhaust sound.
Way more.
So the people in the distance are probably like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. And but then, so yeah, cool. Time to do rollers and whatever. I thought, that's one of us get in a vehicle, one of them. Obviously, this is a Supra in there, Pop culture says, is that a Supra? And
I mean, you have the opportunity to get in the Super. You don't really say no.
yeah, so we shot our shot. It went through the hoop.
Yeah. Shout out to Slumlord Millionaire.
Yeah, boy.
Ravi, great guy.
That was a lovely experience, and I'm glad it was him that was the person driving the vehicle. Because, all right, we're trying to go on the highway. The lead guy, for whatever reason, hadn't had his map set up right at the time. My man took a left instead of getting straight. That left took us through some back road inside Trinidad that ended up being a 15 to 20 minute detour off of what we were actually supposed to do. Eventually, Ravi said, we overtake the lead guy, which the vehicle that Larry was in, and we pull up maps. He don't know where he is. I don't know where I am. He from some other section of Trinidad.
Yeah, you could really get lost in Trinidad. That place ain't small. Like
And
Barbados.
this road is not one of these nicely paved roads. I mean, a train full of sports cars, not daily proper cars. So you get through bumps and scraping, whatever. Ravi's vehicle is a daily vehicle, so it has the travel and it bottom out sometimes. But I can imagine being a vehicle that's not meant for street driving properly, and
Pain.
well, along the way, once you start to get the flow of things, Ravi, I had this surreal moment of, we are right now in a train trying to leave Larry Chen to do rolling shots in Trinidad. On top of that, I am in a Mark IV Super the first time in my life. I'm like, whoa, this is what this is like. And I was just fizzing the idea that I would say it's adrenaline, because maybe it's adrenaline, but definitely enjoyed the entire thing. And when I was in the car, one of my friends called me, said, "Man, you avoiding me or what?" I was like, "No, okay, He asked me, "What are you doing tomorrow night?" I was like, "Oh, this has been Sunday. This will be what Sunday night." I was like, "I'll be in Trinidad." He asked you, "All right, what are you doing right now?" I said, "I'm currently in a Supra." And he tells me that his wedding is tomorrow. And he's now trying to get the RSVP because they didn't send off by email. That was a wild moment to hear. Well, I'm in a Supra, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
I did get to see the wedding on YouTube Live, if that matters. But hey.
People stream their weddings now?
Yeah, something. So that was an unlisted thing. But
yeah.
Because if the church that are doing that normally streams their services, it's not that much of a stretch to stream the wedding. But that, and then we got onto the highway just to get the poles all the time and passing people that we actually got one of those. Is that a Supra moment? And because this kid in the vehicle asks, what vehicle is that? And Ravi says, "It's a Supra." He said, "That's a Supra." Yeah. And that's kind of one of the things you live for when you're driving these vehicles, to have that infectious.
Yeah.
On others.
100%. Sharing that passion.
Yeah.
What did you think of the drifting the next day? Because that was the first day. They had the drag event, and then the next day was car show and drifting.
I didn't know about the car show thing until I got there. I'm like, oh, cool. And that's when you really got to see the crowds. The crowds I expect to see at the drag event. Was that the drifting?
Apparently, that was when the real party was Sunday.
What do you think of drifting? Biggest drift event I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
A bunch of guys having fun with their cars.
Yeah, it wasn't even like they weren't trying to go for points or anything.
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, there were the point boxes that some people went for them, but it was just a show. It was all one big show. Um, everything was coordinated. To the uninitiated, coordinated really well. I'm sure things went not according to plan. But
Yeah, it would have been nice to have like some sort of planning for when the drifting was actually happening. Because I remember at one point I was just walking around and you were like, "Oh, you know they've been drifting for like the last 15 minutes." And I was like, "What?"
yeah,
Because I couldn't. I thought I would hear the cars start
Nah.
drifting, but you couldn't hear anything because they were raping your ears with music the entire time. Like just
wow.
massive music trucks
And the
all
thing
over,
is,
just constant noise.
the music is louder than the cars,
By far.
which does
By
not
far.
make sense.
I thought it was a car event. Like, y'all had Carnival already. Chill out.
Mind you, the trucks are all the way at the end of the drag strip.
Just
And
going
yet-
crazy. Just...
The entire time.
And like with the green laurel, it's not even just the noise. Your whole body is being shaken
Yeah.
the entire time you're out there.
Yeah, the
It's
entire
just
time we were there.
concussion.
As soon
Boom.
as you stepped out of that car, earphones or earplugs in. No matter what, whether you were close to the car or not, they're in.
Yeah, I mean, it was very overstimulating event.
Yes.
Couple hours into it, I was like, I just want to take a nap and go home because there's too much going on.
I was in the car most of the time.
Yeah, I was in the car more than I would like to admit because I just like
This car is a safe haven.
it's either you're standing in the mud getting pounded by music trying to film these drift cars, or you're swimming through a crowd of people still getting pounded by music. There was no safe place.
Yeah.
Anywhere. No respite of quiet whatsoever. I guess that's part of Trini culture because they don't do it like that here.
Nope. Okay, what I will say is, in Barbados, at the drift events, yes, you have people playing their music in their vehicles or whatever. Sometimes clashing with the speakers of the DJ, which do not come close to volume level to what the trucks were doing.
Oh boy.
And when the cars are active, they mean to stop the music. But within reason. They mean to stop the music. At drags, they mean to stop the music when drag is going on. Trinidad.
That's where they turn up the music when they started drifting. I've never seen anything like it.
I think Beatrice get vexed when music's still playing and cars been trapped.
Yeah. I've heard people complain about it before.
Yeah. We try to hear cars, not you foolish music. Nah, though.
Just noise on top of noise, boy.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, for sure. There's the Drift Games event later this year. Would like to go for that. See how the company finances are looking. RSL Racing is very much in the red right now.
Oh yeah, do speak of that.
Financial year 2026 has not
Oh
been
yeah,
kind
speaking of
so
your
far.
on the pocket incident.
The what?
The pocket incident.
Oh yeah, speaking of our pockets being empty, I lost the pocket. The vlog machine, our beloved DJI, what is it, Pocket 3?
Yeah, Osmo Pocket.
Yeah, Osmo Pocket 3, yeah. Lost it in possibly the most retarded way possible. Just had it in a bag, went to take the mic out the bag, put the bag on the wing of the car, did what I had to do with the mics, and completely forgot the bag existed and drove away. And the bag disappeared. Somebody likely has almost brand new Osmo Pocket 3 with about 400 gigabytes worth of car videos on it, which I did not transfer off. So, lesson learned the hard way. I thought the files were safe on the SD card. Turns out they're never safe unless you have it in two places. Did somebody tell me to copy the files several times? Yes. Did I listen? No. But hey, it wasn't anything that exciting. I think we had like 2 random vlogs on there. The karting vlog was on there, and then like one of the bad events I never got around to editing was on there.
The Elevate content?
And all the Elevate content, but you know, that just gives us an opportunity to shoot new content.
I'm sure it does.
Your entire interview with what's her name
That you keep forgetting.
disappeared.
Her name is Kim.
Kim. Yeah.
Atkins.
Shout out to Kim. We need to talk to Kim again.
Yay. Okay.
Yeah, so that happened the night before the Trinidad trip, which couldn't have timed it better if I tried, honestly.
You really couldn't.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been nice to lose it in Trinidad at least. That would have felt better than
It would have felt better losing it at the drag event, but you have recorded the things on the pocket.
No, because I would have transferred the files and I would have lost it.
I'm sure you did.
I would have lost it with no content on it.
Okay.
But, you know, you live and you learn. It is what it is. We'll just buy another one eventually. When the pockets look right. No pun intended.
Maybe this time we'll go for the Pocket 4 Pro.
Yeah, definitely go for the 4 Pro.
No.
The 3 was nice, but the zoom was lacking a bit compared to what I have with the phone camera.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. Shit happens. Luckily, we didn't lose the mics. So, we could still shoot everything we needed to. Just...
I mean, if we did lose the mics, we only been in the mic 2s. Because I had the mic 3s on me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, still nice to have more than less.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anything else we gotta discuss for Trinidad? It was pretty chill. We didn't have any issues with anybody. We were out late every night buying food in random places on the side of the street.
Love that.
Never had anybody bother us. People talk a whole lot of shit about Trinidad is dangerous and scary, and don't get me wrong, there's certainly places and parts that you should go.
Beyond the street in Trinidad felt safer. The street at 11 o'clock at night in Trinidad felt safer than doing the same thing in Barbados.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trinidad people, just the personality in general, feel more docile than Barbados.
Yeah, for the most part, people are very down to earth and very nice. Never had any issues. So, the trip was great. Came back and got straight into autocross.
Yeah, we came back Thursday on autocross was the Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
I signed up for it before we left to go to Trinidad. Liam didn't sign up, neither did Vikram. Vikram was only signing up if the car was tuned, and the car was not going to be tuned.
I didn't even know he was thinking of driving.
Yeah. He likes driving the car when it's fast, not when it's broken. Well, it wasn't broken.
Yeah, Niccolo ran the car in autocross, untuned.
On a baseline tune. Let's go with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's basically untuned, so it's not pushing power or optimized for autocross in any way.
Yeah, it was very, very okay setup.
Yeah.
But and it being very okay setup means it's very safe and reliable.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no issues with the car. After the first run, I did some chat GPT. Well, before the first run, I did some chat GPT and say, yeah, we'll tire pressures be rolling today. Even though no full head, in my head, that ran like 20-something PSI, 37 PSI, like 31, 32, very low PSI. Said, yeah, do like 36 and 34. Like, I know Jeffrey Elliott told me not to do something so high. But, try. The first run, the thing was understeering like a pig. Turn
I mean,
steering.
that's pretty high tire pressure.
It is. Its rationale was the rollover, so you said shot the thing to lower the tire pressure to the point where you just touching the chalk when you roll over. Because you don't want to roll over, because you roll over, you're off the tire, the contact patch is actually useful. So you lower your pressures till it becomes a thing. You want just that bit of it, and when it expands because heat and things like that.
Yeah.
So you're saying, oh, you're doing street tires, sidewalk kind of soft, so around 36 or whatever. Clearly they weren't that soft. And turn steering wheel, thing just tire screeching for relatively low steering input. It just, even though I know my first one was pretty bad, I was like, time to drop these pressures. I asked around the paddock, what do y'all run? Told me ran like 35 or something like that, I think it was. Or 32. Can't remember what they said. 30.
Yeah, definitely less than 35.
Yeah, they ran about 30 in the France, and I left my rears at 34 because I knew handbrake actuation. The car was not over the steering, so I was like, leave it. And run after run, I thought I was getting better, but as usual, when I think I'm getting better, I'm actually getting worse. So when I checked the times eventually, each and every single run was getting worse. I'm like, okay, you're not. And mind you, I'm in last. After run, I was not in last, but eventually became in last.
Eventually, you worked your way up to last.
Yeah. I'm like, if I wasn't having so much fun just driving the car in the state I was driving.
Who was last in the first run?
Seth Edwards in the Mini.
Yeah.
Which is kind of understandable. It's an old time Mini.
Mm-hmm. You can't go above like 4,000 RPM in
that. So yeah, that was I
a humbling experience.
Definitely, yeah.
But it is your first time driving the car in that scenario. First time pulling the handbrake in the car.
Yeah, first run. And funny enough, the first time I pulled the handbrake was the best run for the entire day. Which also sucks.
What was it like compared to driving a Swift back in the day, if you remember?
The Swift, I was thinking about driving the vehicle, whereas the Subaru just is natural. So
yeah, back then you weren't very experienced with manual and whatnot.
Oh, that too, but still, even I felt like I had to do so much more with the Swift, whereas the Subaru, because of a lot of things I've done, like the steering rack, for example, the steering rack is very quick ratio, so I don't need to do much hand movements to get the same rotation.
Yeah.
Additionally, as I was driving the Subaru, I was realizing, you're being a bit aggressive. Take it light and stop doing this. I'm gonna do this.
You didn't learn from Chris, huh? You forklift it.
I did not think about that forklift.
I was thinking about that every time I saw you go through it. I was like, I wonder if he's using the technique.
Nah, I was not thinking about no forklift. I was not thinking about no forklift technique at all. I was just thinking, how am I going to get this car to rotate for the various 3 corners? Well, 4 points, where I had to do 4 180s. Luckily, I had to just do 3 180s. Luckily, they were just 180s and not 260s.
Yeah, that'd be painful. That'd be painful.
Oh.
So, is that the hardest part of autocrossing that car? Is getting it to rotate in those tight corners?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I know that I was thinking of putting a hydro handbrake and say that before autocross. I was like, one, I ain't dropping no $200 on a piece of handbrake. Wait, you got other things to run with the car first. Sure, we can get nice and cheap and whatever from Redline or place in Sky Mall, but nah, I'm not spending time to do that. I have other things to worry about. The fact that,
I mean, you still got to get the fundamentals of actually turning the car with or without a hydraulic handbrake. That's not going to make or break you.
For me, for example, I messed up a couple of the handbrake turns. Not because the back didn't lock up, because my foolish foot is still putting brake.
That's the hardest part in the handbrake turn, I feel like, because you gotta, while the car is in the midst of rotating,
Come off a brake.
transition from brakes, possibly shift
Yeah.
into first gear,
Yeah.
and then apply the power at exactly the right time.
True.
In exactly the right way.
Yeah.
That's the only way to nail it.
So I was able to get into first. I was able to slow down the car enough. I was able to lock out the tires. I was able to get the car to start rotating.
But to do it all in the right order.
And I was able to
at
get
the right
all the right
time.
order. The only thing that was missing, and especially the wet run, which was probably my fastest run, as expected, because I like driving in wet.
Well, you could rotate the car easier too.
Yeah. Car started to rotate. He said, yeah, and I realized, what? Foolish, but still putting the brake, so the front tires can't move as the back is rotating. So yeah, just going straight. I just understeer straight. Because the ABS kick in, is like, oh, cool. Just kind of straight. Like, really? Press brakes, downshifting first, come off of brakes, handbrake turn.
But then you also have to stay on the clutch until the right time too. Yeah.
But the clutch, stay on the clutch helps your body movement, body positioning, because you can use your foot pressing down the clutch to pull up on the handbrake. So you can use that body motion.
Yeah, I remember
Because it becomes very awkward if you have to pull a handbrake hard with nothing to support your feet with. And luckily I didn't get any cramps this time. Back then I was getting cramp in my arm. Pulling handbrake every single time.
Cramp where?
In my foot.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's a learn then. Had a blast. I don't feel bad about coming last. The car worked phenomenally. Sure, I may have heard a few tuning related things that the car was driving, like it was sputtering. Like that's probably just the fact that it has relatively low gas, so just certain slushes that make it a little bit.
Yeah.
But other than that, the fact that the car was untuned, I didn't feel it. If the car was tuned versus not, it would not have made a single difference.
So, going into the next one, what are your aims?
Talk to Jeffrey. I purposely didn't speak to Jeffrey this time around because I wanted to experience it before I take on any advice. Next run, I don't care what I tell me who can hop in my thing because they say rookies can have experienced drivers. For all intents and purposes, I'm a rookie. And the other people that are officially rookies are in Bimmer Cups, who are actually driving the Bimmer Cup in events. So I'm like, sure to see our first time doing autocross. But because I happen
people who've grown up karting and now
yeah,
have their own race cars to drive all the time.
can have experienced drivers in the passenger seat with them. But I can't because I happen to sign up in 2019 and do.
Yeah, nah, screw them. If they DQ you, it's whatever.
Yeah, so I'm like, next time, definitely going to get Jeffrey. I'm ready for those tips now. Because I would have been enough, I would have mellowed enough to be able to absorb them. And see where we go from there.
And now that I've given you a chance to prove that the car can do it without braking, I can feel comfortable driving it in autocross.
That was your reason for not signing up?
Well, that and not having any money, but that's the one I'm going to state publicly. We have one or two questions from the audience.
Okay.
So the first one we kind of went through already. How did the Subaru hold up in autocross? Would you recommend a teenager to buy one?
A Subaru?
Yeah.
No.
That's a quick answer.
No. I would not recommend. Okay. I wouldn't recommend any. Alright. because of my experience, I have yet to feel comfortable recommending to anybody, yeah, get a Project Car Life. Because it's expensive. You have to know how to do a lot of things. If not, you will break things and mess up. There's a reason why Project Cars have never finished. Because a lot of things you're just learning for the first time. It's only like, if you happen to be either one, really talented, that you pick up on mechanical things really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Two, exposed to people around you that are mechanically talented, and thus you can skip a lot of the teething pains. Or three, you got a boatload of money. I say, yeah, carry the buddy that actually knows to do it properly, and you get it done, and anything like that. So, are Subarus fun? Probably. Have I ever experienced fun, like the visceral, ooh, this is so much fun in my own Subaru? Nah. Maybe like in the early days.
Yeah.
But since then, the first couple pulls, and I think we agree now that the car as it is now is faster than it was back then, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yet it is pushing half the amount of boost pressure that it was back then and is now.
That is true.
Right? It is, for the average Joe, it is the fastest car I've ever been in. And for me, is it? Yeah, it's the fastest car I have. Because the BMW isn't faster somehow. Even though it should be. But we're not talking about that right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, there's two types of project car owners. There's the people that suffer or spend money, and then there's the people that don't, and their car just sits on their driveway for 6 months doing nothing.
yeah,
Like mine.
Are you going to do anything about yours? Besides put it
Yeah.
in the landfill?
Eventually.
Eventually put it in landfill?
No. I'll do something with it eventually. It's resting right now.
Okay.
I think that's why it wasn't working.
Can
I
you
was
actually buy a
tired.
car cover for it?
A car cover?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think of that.
You're going to save yourself a lot of headaches on a lot of things. UV is not great for cars.
Well, that's a good idea.
And
moving on
weather.
from my shitty project car.
Yeah.
Second question. What is something you would have done before starting this journey? I'm going to assume by this journey they mean filming cars and making videos about them.
Oh, absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean, probably just start filming cars and making videos about them.
Yeah, nothing else would have done quicker service.
I guess if we weren't already ourselves, I would say have a lifelong obsession with cars and little to no access to the racing world. That'll probably give you a whole bunch of motivation.
And study cinematography and videography. That also helps. Because
I'd say
you
that would
can
help.
say, let me start, but have I studied cinematography? No. I have done courses in photography. I've been trying it out and I have a knack for it as well. Liam has done videography, studied, he's done a few courses in it as well.
No, I haven't.
You said you did a course at some point. No.
I did a single photography course, which wasn't even a course. That was just like, I was at a camp for a week, did a couple hours. That was photography. Videography, didn't do shit for that. Just a whole bunch of trial and error over many years, making random videos. Nothing related to cars. But, yeah, I mean, what should you do? Just do it, really. Nothing else you can really do.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you can do. Just If you want to film cars, go film them.
Just do that. That's what that swoosh said.
Yeah. What Nike said.
Next question. That's it?
Yeah, I don't think we have any more questions because we only put this up like an hour ago.
Alright. Can I ramble now?
I want to leave here in 5 minutes. So
okay,
make it quick. Condense it.
Alright, ask a question because it makes it easier if you ask a question than you just ramble.
What?
Ask question because it makes it easier for me to answer concisely. If you
what do you want to talk about today?
The tuning of the car. Whatever. Okay.
Tell them. They don't know anything about it. What'd you do? Changes were made.
Yes, changes were made.
Fuel leak was discovered.
I am 70-80% sure of a fuel leak.
Fuel leak is alleged.
Yeah, I've yet to see it. Obviously, smell gas in the car, but that could be many reasons. But I got impatient again, or antsy, not really impatient, and idle. And when I do that, and I'm like, all right, that's time to learn something new. So what did I learn? Service the car, put in 7 heat range spark plugs, and when I did that, the car started misfiring again. I was like, this happened last time. Last time I put in 7 plugs, so maybe the car don't like 7 plugs. Then I went down the rabbit hole of, okay, what can make the difference between 7 and 6s is that at the cold start, their likelihood of falling up is higher than on 7s than there are 6s. So therefore, the tolerance level of combustion is lower on 7s than there are 6s. So you have more precise burn on the 6s than you have on the 7s than you have 6s. What are the things that would need for a precise burn? Timing. ECU to engine timing needs to be on point. If it's off, i.e. the fuel is injected at this point, but then the spark happens way off, i.e. the timing is off, and or just the time range of when things happen. And then, you're gonna have a misfire because the fire happened after the event that should have happened. Misfire. And therefore you have an incomplete burn, follow plugs. Other things could be coil pack's not having enough energy, so therefore the spark event is not strong enough. So coil pack's starting to die. That's how you can tell if you're having a misfire. And other things which I then dove into because I was sure the coil packs were good because the coil packs are like a year old. Coil packs should be good. The other thing I was just pretty sure about was the timing because I did the ignition light on the car. Still want to do it again once the car is like perfectly idling smooth because if the car is slightly misfiring, it's going to shift the timing a little bit because of how the vibrations affect the engine. So once that's done, I'm going to redo it. But for now, pretty sure that's solid. Last thing would have been, the spark event is on time. What about the fueling event? Not the amount of fuel being injected, but when it's being injected. So I want to look into that, i.e. the fire angle before top dead center. I'm using the base mat. I was using the base mat from Haltech for the GC. But because the car has been getting a lot of GD and newer parts, starting to look into it, maybe it's now going into the realm of what a GD should be using. And the differences between a GD engine and a GC engine is minimal, but over time I'm installing things that the GD has onto the GC. One of those things being the cam and crankshaft trigger system. That trigger system is more of a precise system. So therefore, the fire angle should be able to be more precise. That's my current hypothesis. Do I think it's actually correct or not? I don't know. But given the research I've done thus far, I feel that's it. Like the trial and error done. So went into fire angle stuff and I realized Maybe the car might be better off on the GD firing angle, which has a smaller time range, and when it happens, when it starts, is different, slightly different at certain points, especially low load, which helps the transients. And when I started out the car was idling way smoother. Next thing I looked into would have been the fuel pressure. Excuse me. The fuel pressure. Jason would have set the car up on duty cycle fuel pressure, whereby at low engine load, it was using 32% of the fuel pump's potential. Thus, the fuel pressure is lower. And as you want to use the fuel, it would, ramp up, whatever.
Yeah.
Given a revamp and everything, we start back with the fuel pump being at 100%. And when the fuel pump is at 100%, the base pressure is where it should be, because that's how I set the regulator. So then looked into when or what range should he be using the duty cycle, to like how much zero wiggle room. When we did this stuff, I realized, I don't actually have that much wiggle room to change the duty cycle and still achieve base fuel pressure. So the base fuel pressure being too low means the injectors need to be at a higher duty cycle, and thus things become more That's another thing where you felt. So you would have felt the fact that the fuel pressure is actually where it should be instead of fluctuating.
Yeah.
And lastly, the fuel pressure dictates the flow rate of the injectors. So you have to have a higher fuel pressure, than the injector size or the flow rate is going to be higher, because the injectors are working off the duty cycle. They're opening and closing every time per second. So if there's more pressure fuel there, they're going to flow more fuel in that given unit of time.
Right.
So if you're starving the fuel injectors of pressure, and you're saying to the ECU that, yeah, these are 1000 cc injectors, but they're only 1000 cc's at the base pressure of 43 psi. But if you're giving them 33 psi, they're no longer 1000 cc's, but the calculations on the volumetric table are being done for a 1000 cc injector. And if you're scaling everything for what you're selling the ECU to be 1000 cc's, and you've done your volumetric efficiency table, you're doing everything on a lie. Because these injectors are not actually 1000 cc's, because the base pressure is off. And the base pressure is set to that thing because the fuel pressure sensor is scaled wrong, because I use a Chinese fuel pressure sensor. Which I use this Chinese fuel pressure sensor off of the GM sensor.
Them damn Chinese.
When I looked at the stuff I was doing, the GM sensor actually scaled for, instead of being 100 to 150 psi range, it's actually 100 to 100 psi. 0 to 100 psi instead of 0 to 150. So when I rescaled it to 100, I was like, yeah, cool, this actually looks as is working as it should. But the base pressure before was, instead of it being like, it claimed to be like 30 something, 40 something, in actuality it's like 23 or so psi of the base pressure when it's at idle. So you're really starving the injectors and everything else. So right now, I still don't trust the fuel pressure sensor. I trust the fuel pressure gauge, and because right now the fuel pressure gauge is close enough to what the sensor is saying, like, this might be okay. And thus, I did a map within the flow rate that's like, when you're at 43 or so psi, you use this fuel flow rate on the injectors, and when you go above that or below that, scale accordingly, so that no matter where the fuel pressure is, theoretically the injector flow rate is scaled accordingly. Thus, the volumetric map would have been scaled accordingly. Additionally, the dead time of the injector, which is the point where it's doing neither on or off, it takes as a delay. That also is on it's matter of battery voltage, but also base fuel pressure also matters as well. So if your base fuel pressure is also moving around the place, then your dead time should also be changing around. So I did another table to compensate for
There's so much to go wrong.
So yeah, that's what I learned in like 24 hours or so. And I was idle last time. And also maybe there's, okay, yeah, I really need to buy proper sensors. But I actually, no, I can't. I'm not very responsible.
So don't buy a
That's the
20-year-old
lesson.
project car if you don't want to deal with this type of shit.
Yes, and don't buy $14 sensors. Oh yes, this is the part number. Part number gets you in the general ballpark. Does not mean you're gonna get quality part. Chinese sensor, Chinese quality. Oh, Chinese quality doesn't actually mean bad, but hey.
Well, it's better than most these days. Their
Yes.
cars are quite good.
More on that later.
More than the bullshit the Europeans are putting out right now.
Yeah.
Let's not get into that.
So, thanks for that mini rant. I sorry I took up more than 5 minutes on that little ramble.
9, not bad. Yeah. That's
Until
it.
next time.
Later, people.